Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And like 5 minutes ago, I decided to film another reading vlog, so here we are. I'm gonna go over and take you through like a realistic reading week as a mood reader. So the book I'm currently reading is The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bront Meadowstone, and I'm only about 32 pages in, but I was just making some cookies, so here are some of those clips. Hello guys, I am in a different spot. That is because This is Monday. This is the next day after the last clips you saw, but I forgot to update you, and it is like 7 p.m., so I just sat down and started recording. I'm about almost 200 pages into my book now, and yesterday I read not as much as I usually did. I read about 60 pages, but I have been reading today, and I'm currently on page 140. And it is good so far. We're meeting some of her aunts, and our aunts are very interesting people. So I read 60 pages yesterday, but I will update you tomorrow, like, more. Okay guys, so it is Tuesday currently, and I believe I updated you yesterday, but if I didn't, then yesterday I read about 60-ish pages, which is a little, like, not as much as I usually read currently, but today it is like 7 p.m.-ish, and I have read about, I'm gonna say 70-80-ish pages. So I'm on chapter 58, page 234. And so far the book is good. We're almost done with visiting the aunts, because we have not much left. But it's fun so far, and I might update you more again tonight after I read some more. Okay guys, it is Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure how many pages I read yesterday. I say 120. Yesterday I ended on page 241, and right now, and it's like 3 o'clock exactly, I'm on page 289. So far I've read 48 pages, and I'm gonna keep reading, but right now I'm gonna let you know my thoughts on this so far. So my thoughts on The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bront Meadowstone are, I think this is interesting to read about, and sometimes I forget, and it seems like the author forgot, that our character is supposed to be 10 years old, because some of the stuff she does and some of the stuff she says does not seem like she's 10 years old. I think we're almost done, because I have less than 100 pages left of this, because this ends on page 377. So I have 88 pages left, and I'm hoping that I finish this today, because I usually read about 150, 200 pages a day, and I already have the next book I'm gonna read lined up, and that is Josie Bloom and the Emergency of Life. Hello guys, okay, it is Thursday, And I finished The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Front Meadowstone yesterday. So I finished this. And this was actually pretty good. So I actually rated this 3.75 stars. And it was actually pretty good. I really liked the build up to all the plot twists that happened. And I liked that each aunt had a personality of her own. Sometimes it's hard to believe, I think I already said this, that our main character is 10 years old because some of the stuff she does is not stuff 10-year-olds would do. And then this morning, Lord, I started Josie Bloom and the Emergency of Life. And I'm only about 34 pages in. So I'm on like the last page of a chapter, almost. So I'm 34 pages in, and this is not what I thought it would be. I'm gonna go check my garden right now because I've not checked on that at all today, and I usually check on it every day so I can see like what's happening and what's growing, so I can bring you along with me. And FYI, my neighbor is mowing. You can kind of hear it. So I'm not going to be able to talk to you, but there's going to be some fun music that Editing Me is going to put in the background. So thank you, Editing Me. And cue the music. Okay guys, it is the next day. It is Friday. And yesterday I read... Hello guys, it's a feature me, and I just want to clarify. I actually read 146 pages today. This is about Susan Hill long. I don't think... Did I say that yesterday? I don't remember, but if I did, then I said it again. But currently, right now, I'm on page 116. And... this is okay so far. This just talks about a girl who's trying to make money to pay the bills. Alright guys, so it is like 8 p.m. so I'm gonna be a little bit quieter. But I finished Josie Bloom and the Emergency of Life. And this did not end exactly how I expected it to, but it did. Like some parts I did expect. And some of my guesses were right. But this was fun to read and a very quick read too. But it's only like 278 pages. And I'm gonna give this a 3.25, I think, because I was a little bored at the beginning. But this book was not what I thought. So this book follows Josie Bloom, and her mother passed away, and she doesn't know who her father is. So she lives with her grandpa, and her grandpa has weird behavior. He blurts out stuff, and he spends more time feeding the squirrels than paying bills. So, and then Josie starts finding a bunch of money laying around the house that her grandpa has been hiding for some reason. And then she starts seeing all the bills that are overdue, and she starts using the money that she's been finding to pay the bills. And then a big bill comes, and she has to figure out a way to do that. So that's like the first half-ish of the book. Then the last half, Winky, this one, so Josie's best friend, who is also legally blind, he loves baseball, and his idol is this one guy named Joseph Viola. And stuff happens, and Josie has to find a way to get a lot of money fast. Oh, she does. I've decided what book I'm gonna read instead of the Swords Trials. That's gonna be Pencilvania. So I was deciding between 3 books, but 2 of those books were the last book of a series, and I think I'm gonna save that for another video. Okay guys, it is the next day. It is Saturday, and yesterday I read 301 pages, and that is more of my normal reading day. So I am on page 73 of Pencilvania, and I've not read any today because I've been busy, so I might sit down and read for a little bit soon. Okay guys, it is Sunday, and yesterday I updated you once in the morning, but yesterday I read 43 pages. I did not read as much as I usually do because I had some other stuff going on that day, but in total this week I read 795 pages. It's not as much as I would usually read in a week, but I think I did pretty good. So I'm gonna end this video here. Make sure to like and subscribe for future content. Goodbye.